Hey, back for another Car Talks. This Car Talk is going to be in response to an email that I recently got. To summarize the email, it would basically went like, I like a lot of things. I'm pretty good at a lot of things. I like software development. I like code. I like AWS. I like Azure infrastructure stuff. I like project management things, and it kind of went on like that. So it kind of seems like me. Like I used to be, and still am to some extent, interested in so many different things. I would be. I'm the type of have that ADHD personality where I would just be like, "Ooh, that's neat. Ooh, that's neat. Squirrel, squirrel." Go down and chasing down every single piece of new technology that I knew. It sounds similar to me, but he wanted to know, where do I go from my career? He didn't say, but from the context, it seemed like he was, kind of in the middle of his career, maybe the beginning in the middle of his career, and kind of wanted to know where he wanted to go with life. And this is kind of one thing that I touched on my post a while back called "What It Takes to Be a Great IT Professional," which I'll include the blog link in the description here. But basically, what I wanted to tell him and to tell you through Car Talks here is that if you are like me and if you are like him, have a lot of different interests, how do you pick which one to do? Well, the first thing is, to explain this, I want to talk to you a little bit about how I picked. I was exactly the same way as before. I loved, at the time, I loved SCCM, I love Active Directory, I loved, network stuff. I was a network engineer at one time. I have went through countless jobs and countless, verticals inside of IT that you could never imagine. But what I did was I dabbled, I sampled, I guess. Now looking back on it, I was sampling things. Like I would start on a job or some kind of project for network switching, set up a bunch of switches. Then I got into wireless, setting up a bunch of Cisco access points, managing them, figuring out how all that worked. And then I went into just the Microsoft the server system administration. Then I did the Windows Server stuff, managing that sort of thing, managing infrastructure. I was a desktop guy for a while. Then I did a lot of SCCM stuff. And basically what it came down to for me personally was that one time in your career where you think, this is really neat, I would love to do this, and that spark stays with you for a long period of time. So if you're like me and you have ADHD tendencies, you have to kind of let those sparks and ideas marinate for a little bit. So like with PowerShell, for example, that was a technology where this is cool. I got my new thing. This is my new idea. I can do so many things with this thing. And then I got all into it. And then, unlike the previous stints that I did, it stayed with me. I continually would just get that, get that excitement. Like, wow, this is really cool. I could do this, or I could do this. I can apply it to this. And that lasted for a number of years. And that's when you sort of know that you have something. If that feeling of excitement and you think of that, just geeking out on something, stays with you for an extended period of time, you're like, there is something to this. And that's what really changed my career. To start out with PowerShell, then now I'm more into the software development realm and the DevOps realm and just the automation in general. So that's one thing that you really need to take into consideration. Does that feeling of like excitement and geekiness really just stay with you for an extended period of time? Next is once you kind of get a feel for, okay, this may be a thing. Next thing I recommend is getting involved with other people, getting involved with the community, socializing, going out to conferences and talking with other people about this technology and just seeing how other people are using it. That's going to give you a lot better idea on what this technology you're thinking about spending your entire career on consists of. There's lots of different people apply different tools and products to a whole lot of different contexts, things that you would never even imagine. Go to conferences, user groups, get involved online, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, any of these forums will definitely help you there, just to kind of get some more information. Once you kind of have that seed of something that you feel like you really want to get into, start socializing with other people so you get more ideas. Next thing is, if your current position, if you to go back to my previous example, the current position I was in before, where I really loved PowerShell, I really liked scripting, the entire position wasn't around just PowerShell and scripting. I was pretty much a CCM, the senior AD support kind of guy, and I used PowerShell as many applications as I possibly could, but I couldn't use it all the time. So what I did was I started doing side projects, side gigs. I would do community projects, so I would create GitHub repositories if this is code that you want to do. I created lots of GitHub repos and community things, and was socializing it with other people there. I also did side gigs, side projects, to where I would get paid for this stuff. So if you really love a technology well enough, then you're going to be inevitably, the more you use it, the more you love it, the more you're going to get good at it. And a lot of people will probably want that skill. So one thing I highly recommend, always recommend, is getting involved in some kind of side hustle, like consulting. Upwork.com is a really good site that you can kind of get, you can bid on projects and things, and get not only get exposure, but also get different context. You'll see clients' problems, see how to fix them or resolve them, and it really just gives you a deeper understanding and a deeper, a deeper relationship with whatever the product that you're going to do. It allows you to see so many different areas. You really need to get as broad of a landscape as you possibly can, because the broader, the more context you can see whatever technology you're willing to get into, the more experience you have, and the greater you'll be, and the more valuable that you'll be. Even if your current position doesn't allow that right now, you don't need your current position to tell you how your career is going to go. Your job is not your career. I'm a firm believer in that, which that may be actually another card talk one of these days. But yeah, your job is not your career. Don't let your current position, current responsibilities in your job dictate what you're going to do for the rest of your life or your entire career. Highly recommend trying to piece in as many areas as you can in your current position with the technology that you really love, that you really want to focus on. But if it doesn't allow you to do that much, then there's all kinds of other ways, nights, weekends, and unfortunately, if you really want to get into something, it's going to take a lot of hard work. So nights, weekends, getting involved with that, trying to get more work on the side and that sort of thing, that's another key thing. So that's 3 things. So to summarize, you have your 3 things. Get involved with the community, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, start blogging, just getting involved with other people, seeing conferences. The next one was doing side work at your job. So do as much as you can in your job, but also pursue side work like Upwork or .com, or for community work, GitHub and blogging and things like that. And then, let's see, what was the first one? The first one was, I completely forgot the first one. Oh well. It's just nice, this card talk's unedited. You can just see my thought process in the raw. It's kind of, I'm sure it's kind of scary sometimes, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Oh well. So yeah, that's my comments on how you should get started on learning what you want to do. If you have any comments at all, any questions, feel free to hit me up on the Adam the Automator blog, or add some comments here to the YouTube channel, or just always feel free to subscribe to the channel. I do these card talks every probably 4 or 5 times a week on the ride home from my daughter, so feel free to subscribe to the channel, and hit me up on Twitter at ADBertram, or on my blog at adamtheautomator.com.
A few moments later.
Yeah, remember that last thing just now. Do what you love.